Welcome, everybody tuning in to the NextManUp Sportscast. I, of course, am your weekly and will always be here host, Chooch. And, of course, with me is the co-host extraordinaire, coming to you a little bit differently today, Big Mandy over there. So, Mandy, you, sir, are a good guy, right?
Oh, wow.
You're a good guy.
Okay.
People I think often say that about you. You have a lot of haters for some reason, but you're a good guy, right? But there's a couple of guys I have in mind for this first segment that I think are good guys. You know, they just don't get recognized very often. Um, so we're at the breaking point in NBA about the mid-season, right? The mid-season point where the All-Star game is about to start. You know, you're seeing some teams take shape. You're seeing some front runners for certain awards take shape, right? So my question to you, I'm going to give you some mid-season awards, and you tell me who should be leading the pack, who is leading the pack, and who should be leading the pack. I'll tell you who is leading the pack, and you can tell me who should be. For the MVP, the most coveted award in the NBA, for the most valuable player, not the best player, not the best player on the best team, but the MVP. Right now, I believe that the number one in the vote getting is LeBron, right? Do you agree with that assumption, or do you think it should be somebody else?
Ah, man, if you'd have asked me about maybe 3 weeks ago, I would have said LeBron's a front runner. The Lakers on a hot streak. They're doing well, first place. LeBron was the best player, having a great season. Statistically, man, doing all the right things. And then the last 3 weeks, I'm not saying it's his
Yes.
fault. The Lakers are taking a dump. His numbers are not that going too strong, losing streaks. I think he's kind of fading away a little
A
bit.
little bit. Yep.
I'd say, you know what? I think, oh man, it's kind of hard to give it to a big man, but the guy from the 76ers, Embiid, I mean, he's having
He's
a
been
pretty good
awesome.
season. He's having a pretty good season, and I think if the 76ers, come away in the East with that number one seed, I think Embiid might get it.
Yeah, I think the conversation should be between two different guys. It should be between Joel Embiid and it should be between Nikola Jokic. You know, with what they're doing with their teams, with their
Two
stat
bigs.
lines, it should be those two guys. Maybe Donovan Mitchell throwing them in there because the Jazz are having a phenomenal season. But yeah, I mean, LeBron has, I think, over this last 3 weeks, like you said, has shown that he shouldn't be the front runner for the MVP. Without Anthony Davis, that team is bad. If anything, LeBron's not even the MVP of his own team. AD has proven to be the most valuable player on that team because without him, the Lakers have been awful. They were 9 point underdogs to the Jazz, and they didn't cover. They weren't even close to covering. They lost by more than 20 to the Jazz, a team last year that got the fifth seed. So the Lakers are having a tough time. LeBron is having a tough time. I don't think you can put him as a front runner for the MVP anymore. It's got to be one of these two big guys, one of these two big foreign guys in the NBA.
Yeah.
It seems to they seem. I mean, if any big guy's going to get it, it's usually a foreign guy. Look at Giannis. You know what I mean? So the next award here, the Sixth Man of the Year award. The leader in the vote getting category right now, it appears to be Jordan Clarkson. Would you
Yeah.
agree with that, or do you think that it should be somebody else, possibly?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Kyle Kuzma fits this.
No.
I mean, he's having an okay season. He's keeping the Lakers afloat. He had like a season high 25 points last game against the Sacramento Kings. But no, I think Jordan Clarkson is definitely it's in the lead. He's having a great season. Again, statistically,
Yeah.
uh, man, yeah. I mean, he's making the. I'm not gonna say the Lakers look bad, but he's making the Lakers front office when they drafted him. Maybe they're making him look good now after a certain amount of years. But I think Jordan Clarkson is doing really well, and I think he should be the front runner for the Six Man Award, no
Yeah,
doubt.
no, I definitely agree. And if anybody on the Lakers deserves to maybe get the sixth man, it's Montrezl Harrell. He's one of those
Oh
guys
my
that just
gosh, you're
he
right.
comes off the bench and just
Wow.
he
But I
wakes up
mean,
and scores 20 off the
yeah,
bench.
but too bad Montrezl Harrell can't guard my eighth grade daughter when she drives in because he can't play no defense. God dang, man,
That's
that
very
guy.
true.
I'm pretty sure my daughter Jake could blow right by him using a freaking quick step and go by him. That guy cannot play defense on
It's
anybody.
true. If he's not, he's a little undersized down
But
there, and you can tell he does no effort on the defensive end there
But
either.
oh my gosh, dude, offensively, he's
He's
my
so
favorite
gifted.
player to watch around the rim. He puts back everything. He's so active. If
Yeah,
he could use half that energy on defense, he could be a great player.
If he gets the basketball in the painted area, he's more than likely going to score. He's so gifted in the paint. But Mandy, you brought up Jordan Clarkson, and yes, he definitely should be the sixth man of the year, 100% if he keeps up this pace. And you brought up some of the Lakers' miscues there. One thing I was talking to a buddy about mine the other day, I was like, think about what that roster could look like right now, right? You could have, let's say, AD, he doesn't really play the five much. He doesn't like to, right? But he could play. Say he plays the five. You got Julius Randle could play the four, right? You got LeBron at the point because LeBron is a gifted passer. He needs to stay at the point. You could have D'Angelo Russell at the two. He could be a true shooting guard for your team. Brandon Ingram at the three, and Jordan Clarkson, your first guy off the bench. That sounds pretty awesome to me.
It sounds pretty awesome, but guess what? All that is not going to happen, and guess what? It was all worth it because last year the Lakers.
It's true.
Won the championship, and that's the goal, baby. Win the championship. So we say, what if this? What if that? Doesn't matter because last year they got their goal, baby. We got the ship. That's all that matters.
I give that to you. But just imagine the potential that roster could have had.
Sure.
Especially developing with LeBron would have been great. Comeback player of the year. You have anybody in mind? I have one guy that I really like for this award.
Oh man, comeback player of the year. Who do you have?
Let's say, how about most improved player of the year? Do you have a guy in that?
Who do you got?
So for most improved or comeback player, I think it could really fit both. I like Jeremy Grant. He was a guy that was with the Nuggets last year that was coming off the bench. He was averaging like 8-9 points a game, and now he's the best player for the Detroit Pistons. He's averaging upwards of 20 points a game, gobbling up a bunch of rebounds, and you know what? I have him on my fantasy team because he's awesome. I think Jeremy Grant's a huge, most improved player candidate, maybe even comeback player. You could throw D Rose in there too, honestly. He's been great.
Was he last year, Grant?
He was with the Nuggets.
I thought for some reason I'm thinking he was in the Thunder. It's weird.
No, he was traded. I don't know if he started with the Thunder, but he was traded to the Nuggets in the offseason. The Nuggets went out and got him. And they said they liked him there.
He's good.
He's great. And he's a really good plus defender.
In the playoffs, he really blew up.
Agreed. Yeah, he had a couple 25-plus point games in the playoffs. So
I
think he left Denver to show that he was a good player, I think, because he would have been caught in the shadows of a bunch of other players there. But I think definitely most improved player, Jeremy Grant. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, now, you think Julius Randle will fit this mold?
You know what? I think so. Right? I think you're right. I think he could fit in that. I think he's been good, but this year he just took a big step.
Yeah. Some people are saying he could have been a bust. I think this is like his third team, fourth team, maybe.
Lakers, Pelicans, and now Knicks, third team, yeah.
Third team. I mean, and then this year he's blowing up. He has the Knicks looking fourth place, I think, fourth place in the East. New York City is finally buzzing over a basketball team.
It's true. They're fourth. They're fourth in the East. Yeah.
I think the Knicks have Julius Randle. Man, he could be the most improved comeback. Most improved. Yeah. I don't think come back from an injury, right? I would say most improved player, Julius Randle.
That's a good point. I like that. That's actually a really good player to keep in mind right there. Last one for you here. Coach of the year. This is where it gets a little bit interesting, right? I think Vogel won it last year, I want to say, or Billy Donovan maybe from the Thunder. But who do you think fits the bill this year?
That's an interesting question.
It's a tough one.
Because, I always have my favorite coaches. But in terms of, coach of the year, you got to think of a team that didn't have high expectations for doing well. And again, you got to help me out here because I don't know his name off the top of my head. Okay. I got the Phoenix Suns, the coach of the Phoenix Suns.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not sure his name either, but he's a good candidate. Let me look that up.
Because you got to think about it. He took the Suns 8-0 last year in the bubble. He carried that momentum.
Monty Williams.
There you go. He took that momentum into the season this year. They got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Aiden. I mean, I think the Suns have something cooking over there, and I think they're getting fueled by their coach.
I like it. And also, if you want to talk about simply value, like if we're taking all the other stuff away from the MVP award and just talking value, Chris Paul should be the MVP. Oh my, he's done so much for that team and made them, just elevated them to a new level. Devin Booker passes the ball now. Everybody passes the ball on that team and shoots open shots. Like Saric is a good play, is a great player on that team, and he wasn't before. And Nader is a great player for that team, and now he's that because of Chris Paul. If you're talking value, Chris Paul should be the MVP. It won't happen, but that's what should happen. For me, Coach of the Year, I think it's hard to look past Quinn Snyder. With what he's done with the Utah Jazz, taking them from a 5th seed, even before that, lower than that in previous years, and now they're a number 1 seed in the West, looking to really do some damage this year. You know what I mean? He's done so well for that Utah Jazz organization. Another guy that comes to mind, Doc Rivers. Moving to the Sixers, they're number 1 seed in the East, looking
But the
tough.
Sixers were good last year too, though.
They were good last year, but if Doc Rivers brings them to that Eastern Conference, if he takes them to the championship, I think he deserves it. Also, James, the guy from the Hornets, James Borrego, he's looking like the Hornets might get that 8th seed. If he can accomplish that, awesome feat. But all these guys, I think, are good to keep in mind. My vote would go to Quinn Snyder, just with what he's done with that organization over the last couple of years.
You said the name Quinn Snyder, and I remember who he is, right? And right. I just Googled him. That's him. Yep. He used to coach college at the University of Missouri, and he used to have his hair kind of like little bangs, and he was all weird and stuff. But yeah, Quinn Snyder, he's a really good coach. I know exactly who he is. So I saw his picture on Google. Yeah, he used to coach at the University of Missouri. Yeah, he's a good coach.
And definitely top 5 of the most handsome coaches for sure. Absolutely. Whoa. He's definitely, I'm going to say he's up there. No doubt in my mind.
I mean, there's no competing with Brad Stevens, though. I'll give him all right.
In the league, for sure. I don't know. Eric Spoelstra, man. He's pretty handsome. Handsome.
Sorry for all my millennials out there. He's a little too exotic for me.
Frank Vogel definitely in the bottom tier of the uglier coaches in the league, for sure. So, Lakers.
Why? Because he's chunky?
He's just not handsome. He's not handsome. He's just like his facial features, something you don't want to look at there. You know what I mean? But anyway, Matty, that wraps up our NBA segment, and we got to talk NFL again, of course, because NFL's back in the headlines because of one guy who goes by 2 letters in his first name, J.J. Watt. So I don't really care about the move, right? It doesn't bother. I don't care where he goes. But can you explain to me, like, the Cardinals were plus 3,300 odds to get him because it didn't make sense. Can you tell me why he chose the Cardinals?
Well, I would say in terms of the weather, culture, it's very similar to Houston. Okay. Yeah. It's very similar to Houston. Okay.
He's from Wisconsin. I mean, that.
And there you go. He doesn't like the cold winters. He wants to go and stay in the sun. The sales tax is very low in Arizona. Texas has no sales tax. Arizona has very, very low sales tax. And let's be honest, Arizona, I mean, they have the money to pay him.
Yeah.
They have the money to pay him. And they're a contender. I mean, they're a contender.
That's a tough word to give them.
Look, they were on the verge of making the playoffs. All you got to do is make the playoffs to have a chance. They were 1-2 games away from making the playoffs. They have a great young quarterback. They have Hopkins, a receiver. Now you go ahead and add J.J. Watt, a defensive end, to elevate that defense. I mean, again, the Cardinals were 1-2 wins away from the playoffs, and maybe J.J. Watt now with his influence, with his maturity, his leadership, they bring another veteran leader on defense. Again, they maybe go ahead and have a great young coach, good-looking coach too.
That's true. He's a good-looking coach. That might be what drew him there, honestly. But I saw a report that said he called Kyler Murray and said, "I moved here because I think you can win a Super Bowl." I don't see it. Not in the time that JJ has left. I don't know. It's a weird move for me. I think he could have gone a million other places if he was really looking to play for a contender and win a Super Bowl. There's like 10 other teams in that list, like ahead of the Cardinals, that I would have went to first.
You say that, right? But when it comes down to it, what does it come down to? Who could pay up? Because again, you're right. He could have gone to the Buccaneers. He could have gone to the Rams. He could have gone to the Packers, right? He could have gone to the Chiefs, right?
I really thought he was going to go team up with his brother in Pittsburgh. That's what I thought. But, I mean, I guess in the mind of
Pittsburgh had no money.
That's true.
They just restructured Big Ben's contract to save money. Pittsburgh had no money. But again, he could have gone there for less money. But did he? No. Do I fault him? Absolutely not. So, hey.
People, I agree with you there, because people always want to hate on athletes like, oh, why didn't you go take the money? Like, why didn't you just, like, where's the integrity? Like, exactly. It's like, it's my job. You think I'm going to go somewhere that pays me less and I could maybe, like, be more prosperous? No, I want to go somewhere that pays me more. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, again, at the end of the day, these guys are athletes, so it's what they get paid to do. So, yeah, I think for sure his motivation was money. Indeed, I think it's one of the top ones because I could see even with the addition of J.J. Watt, the Cardinals don't make the playoffs this year. They're in a really tough division. They're in a hard division.
They're in the best division, the best team in the NFL in that division now.
They're in a tough division. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to even start. I don't even want to say the R word on the show right now because then we're gonna go a whole different direction. But so those are our two topics. Mo, the producer, is also on with us today, and again bringing us your
Mr. Sleepyhead. I take naps at 5 p.m.
Mr. Mo the Ghost, as me and the homie Sal like to call him. Mo's going to come on and share with us what he's cooking up for our parlay of the week. We got to bounce back. Again, parlays are hard, so don't judge us that hard. But we got to bounce back this week, absolutely. Mo, what are we looking at today, my friend?
So today we have I'm going to pick 3 teams because last week wasn't that good on the NHL games. Wasn't. So since All-Star game is on the 7th, I'm going to do on the games for the 10th.
Okay.
Next Wednesday. So there's only 2. Not 3. So 2. So let's do Wizards Grizzlies.
What's the spread?
Oh, I don't have that info. I don't have those details.
Okay, well, if I'm picking a team here,
the Wizards. I love it, Mo. You come so prepared. You know what, though? We're still gonna go ahead and help you out here. And
there might not be a line. Let's be honest. There might not be a line on that one yet. So this one's a little tough because the Wizards have a ridiculous record against winning teams. Not so great against losing teams. I believe the Grizzlies have a winning record. I think. I'm gonna say yes, they do. But the Grizzlies have been playing pretty decent basketball lately. The Grizzlies are even. They're 16-16, so it can go either way. But I'm going to go with the Grizzlies on this one. I think if the spread's anywhere 4 points or under, I would even go with the spread on this one. Although the Wizards are probably going to make a push the second. You know what? Take the Wizards in the points. Take the Wizards in the points.
People take the Wizards. They hit their streak. I think they were like on a 5-game win streak. Take the Wizards. Easy money.
Yeah, you know what? He's right. Take the Wizards in the points. They're probably going to get some points, so take the Wizards in the points.
Cool. Wizards for the points. Next one, Spurs Mavericks.
Spurs Mavericks. Okay, so this is interesting. The battle of the 2 Texas teams. Mavericks are coming on though as of late. They've been winning a couple of games in a row here. I think they keep that momentum going after the All-Star break because they got to make a push to try to make it to playoffs. And this is probably the time for them to do it. So yeah, let's go with the Mavs here. They're probably not giving up too many points against the Spurs. That might even be an even spread.
I don't have too many rules when it comes to betting, right? Especially basketball because I already bet NBA basketball. But I do have one rule, and it hasn't failed me yet. You know, when these little challenges, and that's never bet against the Spurs. Never bet against Popovich. Don't do it.
This is not your grandfather's Spurs, Mandy. This is not your grandfather's Spurs.
He's still the coach. He's still the leader. And All-Star break, some practice time in there, fix some adjustments. Give me the Spurs. Take the Spurs, baby.
I'm gonna go fade Mandy on that one. I'm gonna go Mavericks and Wizards with the points. That's what I like. Just because, again, it is Pop. It is, but he doesn't have Tim Duncan over there. He's got a really old LaMarcus Aldridge. He doesn't have Tony Parker over there. He has Patty Mills. You know what I mean? It's just not the same caliber.
And the Spurs will probably be underdogs, so they'll probably be plus money. So hey, there you go, even better.
There you go. Mandy's adding juice to the parlay. I like the Mavs on this one though.
So if you're Team Chooch, go for Wizards Mavs. If you're Team Mandy, Wizards Spurs. But let me just put this little nugget of information out there.
Oh, I like that little nugget.
Chuchi just mentioned about his pick, right? He said Spurs. Spurs just lost by 5.
Mandy said Spurs.
Oh, no, I'm saying for today's game.
Yeah.
You had gone for Spurs. Spurs lost,
I
bro.
Did. I know. I can see that right now. They lost by 5 to the Thunder, a really bad team. So.
And what did I do? Low key, I went for the Thunder for the 1.5 spread.
Wow.
I caught my money back. Nice.
Damn, Mo got you, dude. Shit.
Mo's a sharp over here. He's he does the numbers and he's got the numbers going, got over under numbers, esports, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Sometimes having less knowledge about sports is sometimes better because you can look at it a little bit objectively, less with the eye tests, more with the numbers. So I give it to him on that one. Mo does get some zingers, but that was your parlay advice for the week. We're gonna lock that in. Again, this is not until the 10th because we got All-Star break coming up. And so we're gonna have some things to bet on. March Madness is coming up, something that's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be
I can't wait for that.
Same. A topic for the next show. That's what we're gonna focus on, is some March Madness. But moving on, Mandy, and of course the next segment is the segment of the show that gets everybody excited, which is Rapid Fire Sports Trivia with Mandy and Chooch. And of course, Rapid Fire is brought to you by the weekly small business highlight. And today is none other than the former guest of the NextManUp Sportscast, our guy, Mad Dodger. And you know what? Mad Dodger, obviously he's a handicapping service, but he's not just any handicapping service. He is the handicapping service. Guy's the GOAT. I'm telling you right now, I know I get a lot of picks from a lot of cappers. Nobody is better than Dodger. He gives out 6-to-1 parlays, and they hit a lot.
He hit 3 in a row.
He hit 3 in a row. That means you're betting $100 and you're winning $600. You're 6 times your investment. Yes, that's so hard to do. It's hard to hit a parlay plus 300, let alone plus 600. So give it up for our guy, Mad Dodger. Show him some love. Hit him a follow. He gives out free plays if you're too broke to afford the $20 card. All right? Get those free plays unlocked.
I like his IG story because when he posts his reminders about, his daily $20 for the day card, he always adds a caption, "Fuck your bookie."
Fuck your bookie. Exactly. So if you're tired of sending that Monday Venmo to your bookie and you want to start collecting on Mondays, hit up my guy, Mad Dodger. I promise you will not be disappointed. Worth every penny of the investment, because gambling, if done the right way, it's just an investment. Okay. But Mandy, rapid fire coming at you rapidly. I have here, we're talking about JJ Watt and the money.
Let me go first. Because my phone's gonna die. I have it right here. So yes, usually I ask you my rapid fire questions from my brain, but this time I want to go ahead and look at current standings. And the reason I say current standings is, again, you always say how you like college basketball.
I love college basketball.
Next week we're gonna do college basketball as a tournament. All right, cool. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give you 5 conferences. Tell me who's in first place in each conference.
Okay, I think I might be able to do this.
Big East.
That would be Villanova.
1 for 1. Good job.
Bang, bang.
Big 12.
Big 12, Baylor. I would say Baylor.
2 for 2. Okay. Let's go with the American Conference.
Oh, I just watched a game today, I think, with the American Conference. No, that's big. That's big South American. Dang, this is a good question. American Conference. Let's go with. I'm gonna skip.
Okay, well, you got it wrong then. You got it wrong. Okay, you got it wrong.
I don't want to say a team not in the American Conference.
What is this? The SAT where you skip an answer, you don't get minus points? No, come on, dude. No, it's the Wichita State Shockers.
Oh, they're not even very good this year.
Yeah, okay.
But go ahead.
The Mountain West.
Mountain West, San Diego State.
Easy, easy money. They're tied with
Boise State,
Colorado State.
Oh, look at the squad.
Yeah, and SEC.
Gotta be Bama.
Alabama, baby, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna get that one. That's good. 4 for 5, not bad.
I'm telling you, I'm a college basketball guy now. Like I that's what I do now. I just forgot what conference the American was, but like if you would ask me Big South, I would have got that.
Really?
Winthrop, 15-1 Winthrop. Come on now.
Let me see.
That's what I do.
17-1 Winthrop.
17-1 Winthrop. Come on, man. I'm telling you, I watch this stuff. This is what I do. But Mandy, we talked about JJ Watt and his leaving a team for money, what it seemed like, right? I have for you a list of the 7 highest paid defenders in the NFL. Not DBs, not linebackers, just defenders, all totaled out here. Can you give me the top 5? Or can you give me give me 5 of the 7. Give me 5 out of the 7.
I gotta go with 2. I'm gonna say the R word. I'm gonna go with 2 Rams. Okay. Gotta go with Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
And Aaron Donald.
Okay.
Okay. And
then I'm gonna go
with Who are some good defenders out there? Wow.
You probably won't be saying the other R word because we don't have very high paid defenders on our side of the ball.
Yeah, right. Oh, actually, you gave me an idea. Khalil Mack.
Okay. The former R word.
Yeah, former R word. Yeah. I gotta go with some edge rushers here. Some nasty. Oh, let's go with that guy from Cleveland. I recently seen him on
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I recently seen him on his IG. That guy is built.
He's yoked. He's like a bigger Aaron Donald. Literally.
Wow. Yeah. Myles Garrett. Disgusting. Really disgusting. And you know what? I'm gonna go with this linebacker from UCLA. Just because I like him, and I know he's like always the lean tacklers.
Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks?
Eric Kendricks, yeah.
Okay. Eric Kendricks. I love Eric Kendricks.
Yeah, I love Eric Kendricks. I was going to go with that Latino guy from the Giants.
Martinez. Taylor or something Martinez. Yeah, Blake Martinez.
Yeah.
On those, okay, I'll give you that. Those guys should be higher paid, but they're not. Okay. Here are your top 7 defenders. You got 2 out of 5. Out of 7, really.
Tell me they're the 2 Rams.
Khalil Mack is number 1.
Okay.
So he's the highest paid defender in the league. Number 2 is Aaron Donald, the R word. Number 3 is another edge rusher, DeMarcus Lawrence, the tank for the Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
Another edge rusher is Frank Clark for the Chiefs, believe it or not. Number 5, Von Miller of the Denver Broncos. Yeah, you kind of missed that one. Yeah. Trey Flowers, DN for the Lions, got a huge contract in free agency. It's like $90 million. So, and then again, another edge rusher here, D Ford of the 49ers. Once he got traded, did that sign and trade, made a ton of money. Myles Garrett should be up here, but he took a team-friendly deal because I don't know why. He thinks the Browns can win the Super Bowl.
He took a big hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. So, but definitely you got 2 out of 7. Not good. I mean, not very good. DBs don't get paid as much because they just don't. Because if edge rushers don't do their job, DBs will get burned either way. So I think you got to pay those big guys up front first. And rapid fire, you got served 5 to 5. Trying to fool me on college basketball, not gonna happen. And we'll see. We're gonna get so my takeaway is really not a takeaway. I got 2 announcements here, okay, for the show. Number 1. Next week is a jam-packed March Madness show, okay? So before you fill out your brackets, tune in, okay? Oh. Each one of us on the NextManUp Sportscast crew, including McBon90 over there, my boy Mo, is going to be filling out a bracket, okay? Filling out a bracket. The loser with the lowest percentage will serve a punishment.
Oh, now, my question is, though, the bracket gets released the following, not this Sunday, next Sunday, right?
The first game's on the 16th, so I think it's before that.
Okay.
I think the conference championships are finishing up this weekend, so it should be next weekend or next week sometime.
Next weekend, yeah.
So, well, if we have the bracket release, we're basically what we're gonna do for you. We're each gonna fill out a bracket. Person with the lowest win percentage, we're gonna have a wheel of punishment. Okay, we're gonna spin that wheel, whatever it lands on. The lowest percentage of them will have to do that punishment wheel.
I hope one of the punishments is giving Mo a kiss. I would love to spin that.
That's the wheel of rewards. But so that's what's gonna happen on the show. We're gonna have a really a nice 20-minute jam-packed on March Madness. So if you do it for money, if you're gonna fill out, also I recommend everybody fill out that Capital One bracket, because if you get perfect, you can get $1 million. It's obviously more likely, I think, to win the lottery twice. But hey, why not, right? You can't win if you don't play. The second announcement here is hosted by yours truly and the producer extraordinaire and Twitch icon over here, McFont90. We're gonna be hosting a Call of Duty Warzone tournament to build up hype for this NHL Futures giveaway. So if you're competing in that tournament, there will be a prize to be announced, TBD. But you also will gain entries into our giveaway. And of course, the giveaway prizes ranges from $1,000 all the way down into $60-$70. So still not a bad return. And we'll get those stipulations outlined for you in the next coming week. But keep an eye on that Warzone tournament. Everybody has that game at this point. And if everybody doesn't, we can play Fortnite, whatever you want to do. Okay, folks? But keep an eye on that tournament for everybody. Mandy, give me a takeaway and put a bow on this show.
People, I'm tired. This week has been very, very tired for me.
You look tired.
I look very tired.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all worth it. Like I said last week, high school sports are back in California, and not just outdoor sports. It looks like today the California legal system just made a decision that all indoor sports in California will be legal to participate. So it looks like that paves the way for our basketball and volleyball to go ahead and take shape for the high school season. So that adds just more work for me to go ahead and get these kids cleared, get testing organized every week, get schedules done, transfers cleared. So hey, you know what? It is what it is. It happens, but it's all for the students. I'm excited, and I guess finally things are starting to go back to normal now. Right?
In a way, for sure. Yeah, I think absolutely we're getting there. But yeah, let's wrap up this show. Everybody, make sure you keep up with that giveaway. I mean, as much as you want to like and follow and tag people, we will keep giving you entries. It's all the way up until May, okay? And trust me, one of our teams will win the Stanley Cup. I promise you that. It's not gonna. No one's gonna upset us. I promise you that. So make sure you tune in and you get those things done. That is the Next Man Up Sportscast episode of the week. Let's let Teacher Mandy get him some sleep. He looks a little tired. So we'll see you all next week on the Next Man Up Sportscast.
By the way, people, you guys like my new place? Look, I got a little chimney here.
He's got the fireplace. He's hooking it up. It looks good. It looks good, right? There we go. So Mandy coming to you live a little bit differently this week. And I think he's going to go ahead and hit the hay here pretty soon. But thank you all for joining us. We'll catch you next week on the Next Man Up
Sportscast.